Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 powerful wealth mindset tips that can help you make money every single day. If you've been looking for ways to transform your financial life and start earning consistently, this is the video for you. Stay tuned until the end because I'll share some game-changing strategies that can completely shift your mindset towards wealth. Alright, let's jump into the first tip that will completely transform the way you think about money. Think big and think abundant. This is the foundation of every wealthy person's mindset. So, what does that mean? Most people think of money as something that's limited. They believe there's only so much to go around, and they need to grab as much as they can before it's all gone. If you're stuck in this mindset, you'll constantly feel like you're scrambling, like you're fighting for a small slice of the pie. But here's the truth. There's an infinite amount of wealth out there waiting for you. When you start thinking abundantly, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. There's no cap on how much you can earn, how much you can build, or how much impact you can have. Wealth is not a finite resource, it's a constantly growing entity that expands with creativity, opportunity, and value creation. Let's be real, money is just a tool. It's a byproduct of the value you offer to the world. If you think small, you're limiting your opportunities. But if you expand your vision, you'll see countless ways to create income. So, how do you start thinking big? Step 1. Begin by challenging your current beliefs about money. Ask yourself, why do I think money is hard to come by? Why do I believe I can only make so much? Start breaking down those limiting beliefs and replace them with thoughts like, there's plenty of money out there for me, I just need to find my own way to attract it. Step 2. Look around at all the successful people. What do they all have in common? They didn't get there by playing it safe. They took risks, thought outside the box, and created opportunities where others saw obstacles. They understood that the sky's the limit, and that's why they reached the heights they did. So, don't limit yourself based on your current situation. Dream big and think bigger. Example: look at people who started with nothing, like tech entrepreneurs or investors. They didn't see obstacles, they saw opportunities to solve problems. That's the mindset shift you need to make. Don't just focus on the how of making money, focus on who you can help and how you can provide value on a larger scale. When you start thinking big, you start attracting bigger opportunities. You'll start seeing things in your life that you didn't notice before, whether it's investment opportunities, business ideas, or ways to build multiple streams of income. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your wealth mindset. Focus on the value you provide. This is a game changer. The wealthiest people didn't get rich by hoarding resources or thinking about how much money they could make for themselves. They got rich by helping others and solving problems. Think about it, the more value you create, the more money will come to you. It's that simple. This is why people like Bill Gates, Oprah, and Elon Musk are incredibly wealthy. They've provided huge value to the world. They've solved big problems, and in return, they've earned the rewards. So how do you start focusing on value? Here's the secret. Stop focusing on the money. The money will come if you focus on how much value you can give. Step 1. Identify what problems people are facing around you. Whether it's in your community, your job, or the world at large, there are problems everywhere waiting for solutions. If you want to make money, find a problem that you can solve. That's where your focus should be. Step 2. Start building a product, service, or platform that addresses that problem in a unique or better way. When you create something that genuinely helps people, you'll see the money follow. The wealth mindset isn't about chasing money, but about creating solutions that people are willing to pay for. Let's break it down. Take someone who's great at graphic design. Instead of just thinking about how much they can charge for their work, they think about how their designs can help businesses thrive. The more businesses they help, the more in demand their services become. That's value creation in action. Example: take an example like Amazon. Jeff Bezos didn't just want to make money, he wanted to make shopping easier, faster, and more accessible for everyone. The result? A multi-billion-dollar company that serves millions of people globally. Step 3. Once you identify your niche and begin offering value, it's crucial to build trust with your audience. Trust is everything. If people trust that you can solve their problems effectively, they will pay for your expertise, your products, and your services. So, be consistent, be transparent, and always show up with a genuine desire to help. Remember, when you serve others, you're building relationships that lead to long-term financial success. It's not just about getting paid once, but about building a reputation that can generate income over and over again. All right, moving on to tip number 3. Create a daily financial plan. This might sound basic, but it's one of the most powerful steps you can take in order to build wealth. Wealth doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of deliberate, well-thought-out actions that you take every single day. You see, successful people don't wait for good things to happen to them. They make good things happen, and that starts with planning your finances on a daily basis. So, how can you implement this mindset into your life? Step 1. Start every morning by setting a clear financial intention. You don't have to make a huge financial move every day, but you should always have a clear idea of where your money is going and what you're working toward. This could be as simple as reviewing your budget, tracking your savings, or evaluating your investments. A lot of people think that wealth building is only about making a big investment or launching a huge business. But the truth is, small, consistent actions add up. Every day you should be asking yourself, what am I doing today to move closer to my financial goals? Step 2. If you're not already doing so, start setting aside a portion of your income for investments and savings. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and grow. A good rule of thumb is to pay yourself first. Before you spend money on anything else, set aside a percentage to save or invest. The earlier you start this, the better. Example, let's say you make $2,000 a month. Try to set aside 10%, $200, for long-term savings or investments. Even if that number seems small at first, over time, it will grow, and so will your wealth. Step 3. Review your progress daily. Look at where you're at in terms of your goals. Are you saving enough? Are your investments performing as expected? If you find areas where you could be doing better, adjust your approach and take corrective actions. This could mean cutting back on unnecessary expenses or seeking new ways to increase your income. The key here is consistency. Building wealth is a long-term game, but small, consistent steps each day will compound and lead to massive results over time. Step 4. Automate as much of your financial planning as possible. Technology makes this easier than ever. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account or investments every time you get paid. This takes the stress out of having to think about it every month and ensures you're always prioritizing your financial growth. Now, let's dive into one of the biggest mindset shifts you'll need on your journey to financial success. Don't fear failure, learn from it. This one is crucial. If you're like most people, you've probably been taught that failure is something to avoid at all costs. But here's the truth. Failure is not the enemy, in fact. Failure is often the stepping stone to success. Step 1. Understand this failure is a part of the process. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding mistakes. They got there because they were willing to try, fail, and then try again. If you're not failing, you're not growing. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. Think about it. How many times did Thomas Edison fail before he invented the light bulb? Hundreds of times. But instead of giving up, he saw each failure as a lesson that brought him one step closer to success. And look at the impact that had on the world. So, when you face setbacks, don't view them as dead ends. View them as opportunities to pivot, adjust, and refine your strategy. The key is to learn from each failure and make better decisions moving forward. Step 2. Failure is not permanent. Just because something didn't work out the first time doesn't mean it won't work out later. In fact, some of the most successful entrepreneurs and investors didn't hit it big until their third, fourth, or even fifth attempt. They learned from their mistakes, made adjustments, and came back stronger. For example, some of the biggest tech companies failed multiple times before they hit their stride. Apple had its setbacks. Amazon started as an online bookstore before expanding into what it is today. Facebook faced many challenges before becoming the social media giant it is now. What did they all have in common? They didn't quit. They embraced failure as part of the learning curve and used it to build better, more successful businesses. Step 3. When you fail, don't make it personal. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I failed, so I'm a failure. But that's not true. Failure is an event, not an identity. Separate yourself from your mistakes. Look at the situation objectively and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? Example. Maybe you launched a product or service that didn't take off like you hoped. Instead of getting discouraged, take a step back. Look at customer feedback. See what went wrong, and ask how you can improve. Maybe your marketing strategy didn't reach the right people. Maybe your product wasn't as well received as you anticipated. Either way, failure is a chance to reassess, adjust, and move forward. Step 4. Start celebrating your failures. Yes, you heard that right. Celebrate failure because it means you're learning, growing, and moving closer to your goals. Every failure gets you one step closer to success. The more you can shift your mindset to embrace mistakes as part of the process, the more confident and resilient you'll become. All right, we've covered a lot, and now it's time for tip number 5. Build relationships and networks. If you want to make money every day, you can't do it alone. Networking and building strong relationships are critical to creating lasting wealth. It's not just about what you know, but who you know. Let's face it, no one gets to the top without help. Building a network of like-minded individuals, mentors, and collaborators can open up opportunities you never thought possible. Opportunities don't just fall in your lap. You have to actively create them by surrounding yourself with people who share your values, goals, and vision for success. Step 1. Start by investing in relationships. Wealthy people don't just focus on making money, they also focus on making meaningful connections. This could mean reaching out to someone you admire in your industry, attending events, or joining online communities related to your business or interests. You don't need a massive network right away. Start with small, intentional relationships, people who genuinely inspire you and challenge you to grow. Remember, quality over quantity. It's not about how many people you know, it's about how well you know them and how you help each other grow. Step 2. Find mentors and role models. Mentorship is invaluable when it comes to wealth building. If you want to be successful, find someone who has been where you are and ask them for advice. Mentors can help you navigate the challenges, avoid common mistakes, and help you get to your goals faster. Think about it. Successful people have often had their own mentors who helped them along the way. They learned from the best, and now you can do the same. Never underestimate the power of having a mentor to guide you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. Step 3. Collaborate, don't compete. In the wealth-building world, collaboration is one of the fastest ways to grow. There's enough success to go around, it's not a competition. When you collaborate with others, you combine strengths and resources, which can create opportunities that benefit everyone. Start looking for ways to collaborate with others in your field. Partner with someone who complements your skills. For example, if you're a marketer and you have a friend who's a great graphic designer, team up and offer a complete service. When you work together, you can achieve far more than you could alone. Step 4. Nurture your network. Building relationships isn't just about meeting people once and then forgetting about them. It's about nurturing those relationships over time. Stay in touch with your contacts, offer value, and show genuine interest in their work and success. As your relationships grow, so will your opportunities. Example. Consider successful entrepreneurs like Richard Branson or Gary Vaynerchuk. They didn't just build businesses, they built communities. They engaged with their followers, mentored others, and built partnerships that catapulted their success. Their networks weren't just a tool for business, they were an integral part of their journey.